Let's build a league arsenal using only Brunswick brand bowling balls. Now, I have two things to preface before we start. One, make sure you go check out my how to build a league arsenal video so you know which balls of this you really need for your league. You probably won't need all six, but you probably will need a couple, so go check that out to know what you need. Also, this is excluding hammer. I had so many requests just for hammer, so I made a video of just them. So this is going to be the other six brands. So instead of B7, we're going B6. Starting off in the strong and smooth category, this is a ball that I think is low-key really good, and a lot of people had to tell me about it for me to actually realize, so thank you whoever left comments, but it's Radical the Hitter. The Hitter Solid is an awesome strong and smooth ball where it's not going to be top of the top, it's not going to be mesmerize level strong, but it's going to be a step below, it's going to be right above a medium smooth, it's going to actually be usable in league, and that's a really big thing for this strong and smooth category. You don't want that top of the top hooking ball. It's probably not going to do great because most leagues don't put out much oil. Even if yours does, you probably don't need that strongest of the strong ball. Leave those for sport shots, leave those for tournaments, but then this hitter is going to be an awesome strong and smooth ball that blends out the cliff where there's a lot of oil and then there's no oil. This hitter is a strong ball. It has a pretty strong core, but a mediocre cover stock, so it's really going to be good when if you miss right, the core is going to lock up and roll out and be able to kick out corner pins, but if you miss left, it's going to be strong enough where it's going to be able to hook through the oil. So I think this hitter is going to be an awesome league ball and currently is. Now, it has been out for a while. Make sure to go pick one up if you want one because it may get discontinued sometime in the near future. Coming out next in the strong and sharp category, I think this might be a top 10 ball of the year if opinions continue with this one. It's the Brunswick Vaporize. The Brunswick Vaporize is ridiculously good, much better than I thought it would be because a lot of these like vintage, we remade a ball aren't really that great. But for league, this Vaporize is going to be the play. Similar to the Hammer Effect, similar to the Theorem, similar to the Attention Star, super strong core on it, pretty strong core, but then the cover isn't that top of the top strong. It's going to be strong-ish, but it's going to be shiny enough where it's going to get through the front part of the lane and it's going to be able to do a lot of good things on the back end. So strong and sharp bowling balls are usually your best option on league shots. Asymmetrical pearls are usually the best choice. They're going to be high risk, high reward options. Those are the ones that you're getting those 800 series with. Those are the ones that people are averaging 240 in leagues with. This one might be that ball. It's not going to be too inconsistent down lane. It's going to be inconsistent enough to be able to throw pins around, but it's not going to be too consistent or too inconsistent. Now this next one is one that I personally think has really still gone under the radar, came out at an unfortunate time, is a pretty good ball, and that's the track Cipher. The track Cipher is just going to be that middle of the road. It's going to be medium and smooth, middle numbers, middle core, middle cover, nothing too crazy, nothing too strong, but nothing too weak. You're going to be able to use this early to blend out that little bit of a cliff, especially if the cliff is strong right when you start league. I know a lot of Bolero centers usually start fairly cliffed. This might be a good first ball out of your bag. It's going to be strong enough where it can hook in a little bit of oil. It can't hook in like 30 plus mils, but it's going to be able to hook in anything less than that. It's going to be a good versatile. You start with this, you know, do I need to get to a stronger ball or do I need to get to a weaker ball or do I need to just bail and jump into shiny stuff? This Cipher is just going to be that. It's going to be good. It's going to be consistent. You know what it's going to do. Next one up in the medium and sharp category is going to be a new ball that just came out. It's going to be the Track Stealth Hybrid. Now, I think this Stealth Hybrid is going to be a league shot killer. It's going to be really good for leagues. It has that really strong stealth core. It has the Theorem cover stock, which is pretty strong, not insanely, but pretty strong hybrid cover stock. So it's not going to be the sharpest ball in the world. If you want a sharper, medium and sharp option, you have things like the Deadly Rattler or things like that. But right now, I think the Stealth Hybrid is going to be great, especially if you have a lot of axis rotation. This ball is going to be able to not peel too hard down lane, but still be enough to knock out corner pins. So I think this is going to be a really good ball off of other stealths, for example, off of the Vaporize, off of things like that, or even off of the Cipher. It might be a little stronger than a Cipher, but a little sharper. But I think it can still be a really good 1-2 punch. All right, we're getting into the weak options. So these are going to be really good for the rev dominant guys out there. Speed dominant guys, you probably don't need this. But the first one up is going to be the Radical Sneak Attack Solid. I think this ball has gone under the radar. Sneak Attack series has been awesome for Radical for so many years. This has always been their go-to low-end piece. I think they can rival Hustles pretty well, be a little bit stronger, and this Sneak Attack Solid is no different. So similar to the Cipher, this thing's just consistent. It's weak, so it's going to get further down lane than the Cipher. It's going to be a little bit sharper, but it's going to be a really good 1-2 punch. If you like solid bowling balls, I think the Cipher into the Sneak Attack is going to be a really good combo. If you don't like smooth bowling balls, you can skip out on this one, but it is going to be smooth enough for guys with a lot of axis rotation. So if you have a ton of axis rotation, if you're very rev dominant, this could be the play for you. And finally, in the weak and sharp category, we have what I think is also one of the best looking bowling balls of the year, but also one of the really good low end pieces. A lot of people like this ball, but it doesn't get much coverage because it's not being thrown on massive tournaments. It's not being thrown in crazy places on TV or anything, but it is the Deviate Chill Pearl. The Deviate Chill Pearl is that low end shiny ball. This is going to be your really sharp option if you're looking for something outside of like the vibes or the hustles. The core is strong enough where it still wants to be sharp off of friction. So if you want something to play way left, throw it way right, and it'll come back, Chill Pearl is going to be probably your best option on the market right now. This is going to be a great choice for wood lanes also. Wood lanes, this ball is going to eat up because it's going to be able to get through that garbage in the first 30 feet of the lane, but still be sharp enough down lane where it's going to kick out corner pins. Now be careful if you have a lot of axis rotation because it might go too sideways on you. And that's all I have for the 6 balls. Now, again, remember, go check out how to build a league arsenal. You don't need all 6 of these. Speed dominant guys, you probably don't need the weak balls. Rev dominant guys, you probably don't need the strong balls. There's a middle ground for everybody. Now, whatever you choose is up to you. Go check out all of the videos I have. We've covered every single brand now, so go pick and choose which you think the best arsenal will be. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. I try to answer as many as I possibly can. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe and like, and we do have merch available now. Go check it out. It's out on the page in our shop section. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have hats, we have mugs, we have everything you want. So go check that out. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have a sport shot series coming up next on how to build an arsenal for different sport shots. Thank you so much.